This is probably the biggest mistake I made in my learning journey. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. These lessons that I've had to learn the hard way. I hope this video can help you to avoid the mistakes which I made before regarding English learning over the 4 years of studying as international student all the way until now working in Australia. So I will share with you the pieces of strategic advice that I wish I had heard at the start. If you are new here, my name is York, speaker. I'm an RMIT graduate and currently a consultant in Melbourne. And on the side, I do the content creating in any free time I can get to share my journey. So without any further ado, let's jump right in. The first mistakes I made is over-rely on the translating tools, which means I used to translate word by word, input and output in my study. Oh gosh, it's nightmare. As an international student, to be honest, we can't survive without any smart translating tools, because we use our second language to acquire the specific academic field of knowledge, because the most academic vocabulary is tricky and it doesn't really come out in our daily life. But if you are always only translating word by word when you are reading or generating your assignment from your home language to English entirely, you can technically complete your assignment and click the submit button and go to the bar. But then you never actually challenge your brain to think in English. This will stop you from developing your second English brain as it was, and will ultimately to keep you stuck at the stage of slowly translating, slowly responding. One practical way to get around this and to build your second English brain, and in the meantime you don't need to nail on the translating tools all the time, is use the translating tools smartly only in 3 occasions: the beginning of taking notes, the middle of reading the paper, and the final stage of your checking your assignment. For example, let's say when you meet a vocab for the first time, then use translating tools to understand and make sure you are taking 100% correct notes, because this is the first time you meet this word by your eye, in your brain and in your mind, and you will use these notes for your future study in this subject along the way. And during your reading in the middle stage, you probably need to read a bunch of required readings. Then use translating tools to make sure you are clear about 3 parts, which is the title, the abstract, and the conclusion, because these are the fundamental section of the entire essay. For the rest of parts, even though you don't understand some words or few phrases, you still can understand some quotations and main ideas for the whole essay efficiently without use translating tools to translate word by word for the whole essay. That's impossible. In the end, check carefully by your translating tools if you still have some uncertain parts before submitting your assignments or reports. That will help you to make sure the quality of your assignments and presentations, as well as to enhance your recall of your new words which you acquired at the beginning. In this way, making the translating tools as kind of lubricant to assist you to learn more efficiently, instead of let you totally become parasite on translating tools. I completely understand you, and I agree that comprehension is the key. But this was causing me another myth of mistakes, which is the second mistake. I don't have time to study slowly. This also can be indicated as I rush to learn comprehensively almost everything in a certain time. Most international students will compare themselves with native English speakers, including me. Of course you want to speak it well and memorize everything like a sponge and ace in all subjects. But let me tell you a hint or a tip regarding this is don't try too hard to understand everything. In other words, accept the fact that you are progressing in English. According to the book Learning the Human Brain and the School Life, the brain needs repetition, but the brain needs novelty. I always push myself to understand everything, but if I think back now, I realize I should allow those language kinda enter my brain first and let my brain to get used to it. The practical tip for this is instead of learning hard, close to the deadline, increase the frequency of learning and memorizing in each short time slot. This combines both the time management and forgetting curve. Time management is helpful you to let you organize your time more effectively to prevent you to forgetting the key dates. And the forgetting curve is art of frequency to let you are able to divide the big and hard stuff as small slots and finish it without let pain. The third mistake I made is fear of judgment. I worry about other people's judgment of my English, both in terms of pronunciation and accuracy. As non-native English speaker, I know I have made a bunch of mistakes almost in every aspect until now. It will be I have made the grammar wrong, I made the pronunciation wrong, I get the tones wrong, blah blah. Gradually, I felt almost too embarrassed to say everything in case it was wrong, so I just be silent in the class. This is probably the biggest mistake I made in my learning journey, because it can really stop us from desiring to practice and shut down our ability to start learning a language. I realized this is completely a big mistake and I totally changed the frame of it. First, people don't care that much about you like your image, but if you did meet some destructive criticism in your life, you just remember this is more about them, it's not more about you. Just focus on what you. Second, the purpose of learning a language is not showing off everything you said is correct. Language is just a tool to communicate with others. That is the fundamental essence of every language on this planet. Third is most important one. You probably think making mistakes is an obstacle on your way. But let me tell you, making mistakes is one of the most important, unavoidable steps of language learning. Think about it, you have two options. One is making mistakes in class. Another one is making mistakes in your workplace, in your career. Which cost do you think is much painful? So instead of resisting it, embrace it confidently. Because you pay for the tuition fee, come on friends, and make as many mistakes as you can. To make sure you are more engaged in language learning without any judgment and stress, I launched a brand new Discord community. Since I started this channel a few months ago, I reached 1,000 subscribers, totally beyond my expectation. Now I think I need to start to take kind of responsibility to build a community to connect with all of you who support me until now. No matter where you are from, what language you speak, or what culture background you have, this community always will come to you to join in. I will share more about study tips, self-growth experience, and we can study each other in the group, and also share my personal interesting daily stories. So check the description below to connect with me. If you enjoy this video, I think you might love this video over here, where we talk about more about my exact English learning method. If you have any other English learning tips or have any thoughts about this content, let me know in the comments, and please hit like and subscribe button to support this channel. Thank you so much if you're watching until right now. Take care and see you in my next video.